Are you listening? Did you open your mind and see the vision and walk away from the negative premonition? Are you listening? Are you listening? Let me tell you that I'm on my way, my way to better things.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy Elooo here on his first vlog, letting the world know what we got going on out here, man. Hey, first off, I want to introduce my new show coming to you on IG Live. It's called the ED3 Vision Check-In, and what we're doing is setting up a platform for young black males, really any males out there that need to talk, anybody who need to talk, really, man. Mental health is a major factor in our communities that we got to make sure that we approach in the proper way. There's a lot of people who scared to speak on certain topics and certain things, and they're prominent people in the community step up and speak on them. You won't have to worry about people being scared. So I feel like I'll be the first one to throw that rock into the river, and we're gonna start it on our show called the ED3 Vision, in which we already got a couple episodes rolling, and it was major in the time in which we in right now, because we just lost a great community person, my boy Rance, long live Rance, and before he died, he was able to leave us some words, and reading these words, I feel like gave me inspiration to make sure that I'm pushing further and harder doing everything that I'm doing. So without further ado, I'm introducing the show, ED3 Vision Check-In. You look up my Instagram page, King Demery, that's KINGDEMERY 1988. And you hit up your boy, man. We lock in, we just have a whole conversation, chop it up about whatever you want to. If we got to go to Zoom and do it, we do it however we do it. But without further ado, this is what my boy Rance was able to leave us with, man. It's a pleasure for me to be able to bless the world with this here on my first vlog, to introduce myself to the world with my many trades. That's why the first album was called Renaissance Man. But I say, strong body, strong mind, strong spirit. Fluidity between all mediums is an aim of mine. I like to inspire and be inspired. Consistent habits lead to exponential growth as a result. Do what you doubt you can do. Fear is fatal. Therefore, I continue doing things people get anxious watching until I no longer have anxiety in everyday life. Elevation is required for me. If you have the goal of always learning and growing, we can motivate each other to go further than our beliefs limits us. We are all on different frequencies, but our intelligent ancestors prescribe symbols to the phenomenon observed through our senses that we detect environment and realities with. These symbols developed our communication to each other. I realize everything is connected the more I seek within. I look at human beings with our own micro-universe, where most are unaware that they are the masters of their creations in this dream of life. Their creations being everything the brain extracts from its source of fathoms. Gaining a sense of non-egotistical self is difficult in these realm of distractions and disharmony. Therefore, I anchor myself in the wavy sea of reality with my passion, art, music, science, nature, philosophy, longboarding, and programming. Sometimes, though, if there is no foundation for the anchor to deploy into, I'll just be floating around in the mercy of the winds and the currents in the vast sea. I know the storms of life will come, so mindset needs to be as efficient as possible. Modifying your perception can design a life in your interest. Let's enjoy the adventure of life and all the yin and yang that comes in it. Love, respect, and good vibes. By yours truly, the phenomenal alien. Hey, rest in peace, long live Rance, man. That's a deep one, man. So before he wrote that couple of days right before he passed, and during the week of his funeral, his family wanted to make sure that we spoke on mental health on a whole nother level. So therefore, that's what we out here doing, giving that platform. So if y'all need somebody to tap into, no matter what you going through, man, it's always a brighter side to everything, man. You just need somebody to brighten that day for you. It's your boy and whoever else on my team that's available to do that for you. So that's part one of this whole vlog, man. We doing it out here, how we doing what we doing. You know, we kicking it off. We got a lot of music in store for y'all. We got a lot of rundowns of what's coming up. It's your boy, Elooo. Check me out.
My lunch for my brother. You be saying that feet up, you up. Just make sure that you bust him. See, he was just explaining the struggle. Fred Hampton, rest in peace, my brother. DeMarcus Seymour, rest in peace, my brother.
Young man rumble. That boy Marcus, the coldest singer I can find around here, for real, for real. This one here called Young Man Rumble. And this LV come in on this verse right here. This boy cold with it.
Taught to maintain this soldier-like mentality. Slaving just to be free, but still get treated like a casualty. The land of the free, well not for me. In actuality, I worked 3 times harder to get that race they gave to have be. How can you be proud to be from place that treat you like you don't exist? Legal worse that you exist and
that boy cold, man.
That's good old America, land of the KKK. But if you black, you just a target.
Check it out. Y'all make sure y'all go to all platforms and download that. It's called Young Man Rumble. That's HT, Elooo, and LV. Y'all gonna check them boys out on all the social media handles. New Jack City is HTs, and then 772 LV is LVs, man. Tap in with them boys. 2 of the coldest artists that I can find out here, man. But with that being said, we've been dropping music. Something we said we wasn't gonna do. But 2020 COVID struck, and y'all know how it went down, so we were stuck in the house, and I was in this back room back here. Y'all come kick it with me in this back room whenever. But I was in this back room and I was just writing, going through my feelings and emotions of everything that was happening. Life was steady rolling, so I was writing it down. And if you go to the first one on my YouTube channel, if you read the description, it literally say, I'm not trying to be a rapper, I'm not trying to drop this for rap. My brother and them just taught me into doing this, so I've been dropping them, and here we is. We 2 music videos in, both of them. One of them almost to a 1K, the other one already over 1K point something. You know, it's doing its numbers. But yeah, man, you know how it go, man. We here. We got a special guest in the building. They gonna sit behind the scenes and read me some questions into this music industry. And while we do that, we gonna kick back. You know how we do. So, Miss Lady, you do your thing back there and set us up. And I'm set up while you setting up, getting these special made CBD bombs. Let's get it.
Alright, so how did the journey with music begin for you?
So, like I say, music originally just started back again for me after 10 years of sitting down. So originally music started, I was about 12 years old. My cousin Torn, he came pick me up. They had a record label, it was called Hood Talent Records. And Hood Talent Records, it was my cousin and a bunch of his friends, man. They had an establishment going in the back of a house, bro. I'm talking about, you walk in, you wouldn't believe it that it was in the back of a house. They was pressing CDs, pressing shirts. They was doing their own covers to their albums. They also had the booth in there. It was a group of them, bro, and they was doing their thing. I never seen nothing like that before, and I recorded my first song with them. And he actually brought me that song this year when he found out I was back doing music. He actually been one of the people that's been staying on me, telling me, you know, keep pushing, keep going. And he the one who introduced me to the music world. So, and that was at 12, so I definitely salute him and the fam, man, for always giving me inspiration to push. So that's where it started at, 12 years old, Hood Talent Records. I remember going to school, I had the composition book at the school. I had it printed out in there like, yeah, I'm signed to a label. I had this little E tattooed on my arm since I was in 6th grade. So, you know, back in the days, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was rapping. I was signed to a label. I had tattoos. It is what it was, you know? You know what I mean?
Alright. So, who were or are your musical influences?
Oh, man. That's deep. When you ask that, I always say answering the top 5 or top 10 in music is so hard because different eras, different times in life, different, you know, things going on. You listen to different people. So I'm gonna say some of the top people that I listened to all my life, you know, Tupac. If Tupac not on your list, I don't know what you've been doing in the hip hop world anyways. You know, Tupac's the biggest. I am a Florida boy that listen to a lot of up north music. I grew up listening to Big L and them. You know, I'm from St. Lucie County, Folk Hills, Florida. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida. A lot of people from New York from up there, so a lot of my boys was from New York. And we always had freestyle ciphers around here. If you ever considered yourself a rapper around here in my era of time, you definitely know us doing freestyle ciphers somewhere, sometime. And yeah, you know, so a lot of big L's and Jay-Z but me and my boy was talking earlier today, and we talked about the whole Jay-Z thing, and we said, you know, being from Florida, I can honestly say, and this right here might, you know, strike something on somebody, but it don't matter. We Florida boys. I listen to a Trick Daddy song any day before I listen to a Jay-Z song. So that's just me. I'm from Florida, you know. Iceberg, Billion, you know, a lot of them boys, I'm gonna throw them on before I listen to a lot of up north music. And I think it's vice versa with them. They rock with us, but they gonna throw their music on before they throw our music on. And that's just me being straight Florida 772. So yeah, them my two. I'm gonna name Tupac, Jay-Z, and then I'm gonna say Ricky Rose. I can never leave him off no list, because Ricky Rose, the way he run the whole movement, is something that I want to get going with ED3 Vision. And yeah, them my three though.
What and or who inspires you the most with your music?
Off top, family. Family. I'm talking about family from directly in my household, my wife and my kids, to my family, to my grandma, kids, her grandkids, my cousins now, my aunties, all of them. That's who I do the music for. That's what we out here pushing for every day. When I step in that booth, I was in there the other day knocking out my second project, GG Gon' Grind. It's on the way for y'all too, man. I was in there knocking that out the way, and I literally was in there envisioning my grandma's house. I can see my grandma's house from when we was kids. I can see me and my cousins them running around doing stuff. I can hear my aunties them telling me, and get Junior, you better get right. You know what I'm saying? That's what my family call me Junior. They don't call me Junior my whole life. And yeah, my family inspired me. This little city inspired me. To see that we finally getting notoriety in something. You know, we got all the little youngsters around here. They doing their thing, man. I love to see them doing everything that they got going. And it's finally time, because this little town done had so much talent, from sports to the music world, for so long that it's only right, and is what you call it, due diligence. When you see us finally getting our respective dues and people getting on big stages, people got the music videos doing the numbers they supposed to be doing. That's what we've been looking to do around here in Fort Pierce, Florida. So that's my motivation, seeing this city blow. And I always say, and with my music, I talk about my city, all the wrongs and all the rights in a lavish way. Any way that you can look at the city, I'm gonna talk about it in a lavish way. I'm gonna tell you about the downtown. I'm gonna tell you about North Side. I'm gonna tell you about Point St. Lucie. I'm gonna tell you about the West Side, because I'm really Fort Pierce. I'm really St. Lucie County. I've been around here for a long time, man. And it's only right that we do it the way that we doing it. You know what I mean? We're gonna give you one more over there.
What would be your dream collaboration?
That's a good one though. So on some mystical dream type stuff, I say definitely, man, Nipsey, Long Live Nip. That would have been something I would have, you know, made sure I would have told that boy I need about 2 weeks to work on this one, because I got to make sure every word is aligned. But with him being gone, Rose, man, Ross, and I ain't just no Ross groupie, man. I'm some real tight. I grew up in South Florida, so you know when Port of Miami, the first one came out, I was a youngster. I was in high school and stuff, you know, and everybody was a Wayne head. My older brother was a Wayne head. I liked it that, but when Rose dropped, this man was talking about dropping out of school, playing football, moving up and down 95. Man, I related to that. I played football. I dropped out of high school. Fort Pierce, Westwood, we were doing our thing. You know, one of the top athletes that you can find in the area, and just still just decided to just go off on his own little path. Oh, some can't even explain type deal. So Rose music always attached to me a little differently. He always spoke on his father passing, and how that affected him and impacted him. and him looking out for his mom Dukes. You know, his music always touched me totally different, and that's why, you know, that's why I say it ain't no groupie level there. It's on some. I done grew with Rose. His music had all of that. You know, I done went through all the trials and the tribulations. When I was on the run, I did 2 different times on the run, 10 months both times, and I just recall riding in my brother TK car, and that's what we was listening to. Don't cross that line. You know, don't cross that line. White House. You know, all the way to when he got into it with T-Pain, them, all the good music with T-Pain, Trillionaire. I mean, so much music Ross got that attached to my life. And just like I said a minute ago, it's hard for me to, because different times and different things going on in life, you attach to different people. And Rose has always had a song or two that I can attach to, no matter what period of time it was. So I would him, Meek Mill. Yeah, the whole MMG. I'm a big fan of, you know, the Dream Chaser, the Wale's. Yeah, that's the biggest dream of collaboration. And on that same note, I feel like I done outlived one of my biggest dreams already. Making the music video with my cousin LV. We came from the bottom, as in living together. When I was on the run, he let me live in his house. He had a studio in his closet back in the days, right? So I'm like being packaged around the city. My wife was living up in Daytona. She was my then girlfriend. She was going to school in college there. My boy TK, he was here in school. So we like, I'm talking about just everywhere, just living. And so in that moment in time, a lot of people could have turned their backs on me and shut the doors on me. My cousin opened the door for me. He knew we both had a passion for music. And it's funny how we connected through my boy Lamont. You know, Lamont knew that I rap, and he kept telling me he had this homeboy who rapped. I got this homeboy who rap. You need to meet him. I'm like, shit, you know, let link up. Tell him, let's link up and get to it. Long story short, we get to it. He take me over there to go link with him, and it's my cousin. So I'm like, bro, this my cousin, bro. So it was love from day one. And he let me in his house while I was on the run, staying with him and everything, and we just locked in the closet almost every day, just trying to record something. Some days I never forget. He was working for a restaurant at the time. He'll go to work. He'll be like, "Oh, when I come back, have at least 2-3 of them things laid for me, so I can just jump on them." The man to get fresh off work, still in his uniform, jump right in the closet and go to work, writing, spitting off the head, whatever. You know, just completing songs. We was doing 2-3 a night, and in that mix of time, I got incarcerated for being on the run, and Cole was just out here still living life and trying to push and do his stuff on his own. That I felt it was only right when I was able to get correct in life to get back behind him. And for the last couple of years, we've been pushing, hitting the studio, doing this and that. But this year here, 2020, forced us to really get to moving. We did the first music video, The High Life. That's why I was coming to. That I done accomplished one of my goals already, man. Making that music video with my cousin, making that music video with HT. Them two of the most talented artists, and I'm gonna probably say this about 10 more times doing this here, that I know, bro. Them two dudes right there, it was an honor to do what we done already. So that was one of my accomplishments, to get our team up and running. Everybody making their own moves. LV got his album on the way. HT working on his project. And then we working on the project, all 3 of us together. I got my second project on the way. Like, that's the conversation I want to be able to have in front of the cameras. So, the end part 2, that's what we saying out here. 83 Vision. You got to watch out, man. We on the way. 10-4.
You the ecstasy, fulfill your every need, indeed all I need is you next to me. From 30 minutes to an hour, I give you the best of me. Then smoke a gun of that sock, kiss you from your neck to your feet.
This that LV right here.
But I am everything and more. I'm trying to taste you in the kitchen, the bed, shower, on the floor. Your legs over my shoulder, got you.
I'm gonna give you some of that Marcus here.
About the signs that you're sending me. We really picking up some chemistry. Baby girl, it's really killing me to know. Would you like it if I touch you there? With a fistful of yours.
Now I gotta let y'all hear my this the grown and sexy song we got right here. Check it.
She say, Elooo, man, you really need some girl songs. I'm a passionate guy, I can really make some love songs. Send me motivation, give me pictures with them thongs on. Vision penetrate you, bend you over to the thong song. Fucking buck wild, thug passion with the lights on. Biting on my lip, gripping that ass, I'm in my damn zone. Real king shit, I'm a
Yeah, man, that's how that one there go, man. That's how that one there go, man. That's, again, it was a pleasure to jump in the booth with them boys, man. Especially do some adult type, lady type stuff. My older brother always tell me like about an artist. He like, man, if you wanna get a crowd that ain't gonna ever leave you, a crowd that's gonna always stay down, make some songs for the women. You make some songs for the women, you can't go wrong. I mean, you can make the club knuck if you book, but I tell you one thing, you make some songs for the women, but you ain't got to worry about nothing. They're gonna be at your shows, they're gonna download, they're gonna do everything that you need them to do. But that was a pleasure to make. That one there called Let Me Know, LMK. You can look that up on all platforms. That's HTLV and Elooo, man. It's major love being showed, man. And tenfold shout out to my boy RR Bentley. That youngin' doing this thing everywhere across the way. He ain't even stopping, man. We got the music video. It's out on YouTube. Dancing in the Rain. That one that done been put out in many different forms. Tightest thing about that was I performed that one in country at a country concert. So shout out to my man Larry Nessie, man. Their family. He a guy, a local guy around here that got a family business, and they bring in artists. And so I was a barber around here for over 10 years, and I just retired from that after 10 years to pursue everything, entrepreneur status for the family name and everything, and it's going well. But Mr. Larry, he brought in a country artist or two, some big name guys. Forgive my memory on the names, but them guys came down and they did a show here, and they came to the shop. And we had just recorded the song for that project Renaissance, man. It's called Dancing in the Rain with Bentley. And I was able to let them hear it while I was cutting their hair. So when they heard it, it's a guitar player in there. The country singer, he quickly said, man, if you let me play this here on my guitar, you can come perform with us tonight. And I was like, whatever. I just thought they were playing or whatever. So I was like, shoot, don't tease me, because I come and perform and turned up with it. So later on that day, they called me back. They're like, man, he been at the shop, he done practiced it, and he feel like he can play it on the guitar. Show up tonight with your crew and y'all come on out and perform. So I was like, okay, bingo. And I'm gonna send you this clip too for you to put that in there so they can drop that on there and see it, man. So we go out there, me and the crew, we go out there, man. It's me, LV, HT, my wife, my brother's whole crew was going out there. Scotty, shout out to Scotty. We go show up, and they performing their songs, man, and it's a dope concert, man. It's a dope setup how they do everything. And so they called me up on stage, me and my cousin. We actually go to the back with my man for about not even 10 minutes. Go over the song, boom, boom, boom. We say how we gonna do it. And we go on stage and literally perform a hip hop song in country tone and rock the whole crowd, bro. And you know, truth of the matter, in times like this here, we in 2021, bro. We just came out of the whole Trump, whole race, whole everything era. You know what I'm saying? Everything instead of pushing on crazy. And that night, we was the only black people in that room, the only minority people in that room. And when I tell you the love, when I send you the clip, you're gonna be able to hear it. They gave us a standing ovation. Who walked off the stage in a standing ovation, slapping hands and stuff like, bro, what's going on over here? I felt like I was on American Idol or something, but it was like dope. Okay, it just lets you know how much music can bring the world together, and how much music just help you get over so much stuff. And back to what I said earlier, how them different times, different songs, different things do different things. And Dancing in the Rain has been one of these songs that's been a perfect timing for 2020, 2021. Because that's what everybody been out here doing, dancing in the rain. Out here steady taking steps forward when stuff steady falling down on us. We were locked in the house. Well, guess what? Look how many entrepreneurs it produced. You know what I'm saying? We was so much done went on. I mean, so many, everybody that lost at least one person in your family this year, that experienced death at least one time. And a person like me, I mean, I swear at least 2 a month. And that's been since 2019. So it's just crazy. And the only thing we can do is keep our head up and keep dancing in the rain, bro. That's why I love that song. And little bit he did his thing. He brought that thing home. First verse and second verse. I had a verse too. I took my verse off on my own song, on my own project. And with that, I understood what's the biggest picture of it out here. Some people say, how you give somebody 2 verses on your own project? Easy. If we all out here really trying to push and go, I know I'm finna promote. I know he on go. Lil homie trying to do his thing, I'm trying to do my thing. Every feature that's on my album, the Renaissance Man, trying to do their thing. It took for a conglomerate to come together and we pushed. Now look what everybody doing. You hear me? Bentley just walked off the stage down south, man, doing the major show, man. Big numbers, man, and he doing his thing. It don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Bentley just got them performing. Again, me, HT, and LV just dropped a new song, Young Man Rumble. The squad is moving. So y'all make sure that y'all tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all hit Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. You can find us on all that type of stuff. And it's going crazy out here. You know what segment we at. I'm trying to smoke a little bit and listen to Miss Lady ask me some questions. Alright, you know me. I sit here and talk to y'all, especially about the squad. It's been so long that I ain't got no choice. Before we get on to the questions, I'm gonna say this too. You know, like I said, I've been out here full entrepreneur. Shout out to the podcast, Junior 3rd podcast, my boy Jose. Man, y'all look that up on YouTube. The podcast up and rolling, man. We was just doing nothing but inspiring the community with greatness. Everybody who was doing something for the community that needed to be highlighted, we highlighted it. Junior 3rd podcast, JR3RD podcast. Look it up. We got artists on there. We got everything all the way to the marine biology on there. You know why? Because it's about St. Lucie County waterways. My man talk about how he brought the ships in and put them out there in the ocean and bringing in all kind of new fish to our areas here. Like I said, man, I'm talking about real dope moves being made out here. Shout out to the beard company that I started with the family, Kingdom Lavish Beard Oil Incorporated. Shout out to the trucking company that we got going on. We about to box truck this thing up by the end of the year and be pushing all the way down 95 to I-75 to all the way to 85 to I-10. You know what we coming through for the family trucking. That's what we doing out here, man. We pushing and giving nothing but motivation and hoping that you tapping in and keep on pushing, man. What we doing out here, Miss Lady?
Alright, so we heard you talk about obviously 2 of your favorite artists, LV and HC.
Yes.
So besides them, who are your favorite top 5 music artists of all time?
All time.
Yes.
Ooh, that's deep. All time. I'm an R&B guy. So, I can't answer that question, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough question for me again. That's a loaded question for me. Different time, different modes. Cause I can get in my feelings and get the drinking and get the draking. You know, I can get in my feelings and go old school and go all the way to Lenny Williams. You know, I know music all the way across the board, man. We can get in the feelings and feeling good and want to listen to Genuine or Pretty Ricky. You know, I can't pinpoint a favorite artist. I can't even pinpoint a favorite genre of music. I love music. I love the art of it. That's what I'm here to do, is create a whole nother life of music. I'm trying to do some Anderson .Paak type stuff. I don't even think they understand. I'm trying to do some Anderson .Paak type stuff. I'm trying to get a feature from Adele. Something like that there. Yeah.
Alright. Your latest album, Renaissance Man, which you mentioned earlier, which is a phenomenal album, by the way, my top favorite. So why did you title it Renaissance Man, and what is one of your favorite songs off that album?
Renaissance Man. I named it that because of my journey through life. I done been summer everywhere, doing summer everything. I done worked all kind of jobs. As a teenager, I lived life to the fullest. I crashed out, done things that most people can't never say that they did or came close to doing, you know. So Renaissance man was only right, and it fitted me. When I looked up the definition of a Renaissance man, that was correct for me. And then if you look at my album cover, they say the Cotton Club out there. This is a little knowledge on it. A lot of people don't catch on to it. They say the Cotton Club on it. That's from the Renaissance era in Harlem, when black folks were first starting to thrive with the best entertainment that you can find. You know, that's how you get the Louis Armstrongs and all them cats there coming out of the Cotton Club. Some of the best comedy specialists that we done seen from our history come out of the Cotton Club, the Renaissance era in Harlem. I'm a person that read books 24/7 and study our history, and that's what you can hear in my music. When I write, when I sit down and I do my thing, I do it to make sure that I'm invoking the ancestor spirit of what they were trying to teach us and show us how the Malcolm X's and them was speaking on the growth and the empowerment if you seek yourself. You know, I speak on that stuff in my music, and that all come from the Renaissance era, Harlem. That's why I say, man, I grew up listening to up north music, man, so I pay my dues to it, man. It's nothing but love, because it's a conglomerate of art that came out of it. And that name Renaissance man fit me to the T. And favorite song out for it, man, that's my album, so every song my favorite song. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I got two top ones. And most people say it's biased love, but you can say what you want to say. I say it how I see it, and how I say it is the song with my family, Love or Drugs. That's my top streaming song off the album. If you look that one up, it's out everywhere on all platforms, Love or Drugs. I got my son on there that brings us in. Then I come in, then my wife come in, then my daughter finish it off. And I don't know too many artists that's doing stuff like that, especially artists who ain't even got no name. Most of these cats scared to even must be seen with their families when they trying to put on the show out here. And again, like I said, we ain't doing the average style. We bringing in something different. We bringing in something, a whole nother lifestyle. So when I hit the studio, I go do my projects. I got my family with my kids, and they see how the music world go from my perspective. They ain't got to see how I go from everybody else's perspective. And that's the same thing for the youngsters who looking up to me too. When they see me out, they see how I move. So when they hear me rap, and they be like, oh dang, he put them words together like that there. Yeah, we really done everything that you attempted and trying to portray in the music. And we really out here living another lifestyle of good for the family and stuff. So I think it's right for a person like me to be doing what I'm doing and portraying names like Renaissance man for the kids to understand what that is. So one day they can look it up and understand it don't matter how far left you go, as long as you got a plan to come back right. So that's why I did the name like that there. And then yeah, that's why I did the name like that. You know me, I go ahead on. I know you got something for me.
Alright, last one. So you just talked about your last album, and we know you mentioned earlier as well that you have a new album coming up, or a new EP coming out soon. Could you tell us a little brief synopsis about that one?
Love, that's love. The new EP is on the way. It's called GG Gon' Grind. I thought if I could break down a lot of stuff about myself, again, Renaissance man, I done done jack of all trades, I done done all kind of jobs. GG Gon' Grind. That's just solidifying the Renaissance man to let you know at all costs I'm gonna get it. At all costs we gonna be out here pushing. We gonna do this music. We gonna bring this knowledge to the community. We gonna make this money. You know what I'm saying? At all costs. So that's the new album. It's about 8 tracks on that one. Shout out to my boy CQ up there, FWNB Studios. The boys do their thing, man. They got a nice little studio put together up there. I call it the $1 Million Project. The $1 Million Project up there, man. Shout out to them boys on everything. The new project, I say, give me about a month, 4 weeks from now, it will be in your ear. And again, I'm doing something different, man. I rather promote the rappers and artists that surround me. I'm gonna drop my music regardless. So I'm not just posting my stuff 24/7. I post a lot of artists that's around me that I understand their music and I love their music, because I hear a lot of older people say that they don't know no new conscious rappers. They don't know. There's a lot of new rappers out that just don't get the credit that they're supposed to get for it. Even mainstream wise. I talked to my brother about it, and he sent me this cat the other day. This cat named Dante Hitchcock. Man, this dude was dope, bro. I'm like, bro, spitting knowledge, bro, talking about all. I mean, like my type of world. So it's like, you got the Tobes out there. It's all kind of new people that's not getting the credit that they should be getting. That's making the music the world should hear. So it's like, yeah, mumble rap had a little circle for a while, but I feel like, hell, since J. Cole, the one when he's sitting on top of the house, man, things been changing up to getting back to these lyricists, man. Man, 2 Chainz got songs that's so lyrical that people, I'm talking about, they sleeping on them, bro. He had one of the dopest NPRs that I done seen. NPR is something that I like a lot because you get to see real talent in art. You know, yeah, man, it's that, but so many young artists not getting their credit what's bringing me back here. So many people in this area not getting their accreditation will bring me back here. And that's how we get to this vlog today. Part 2, part 3. You know how it go down. Here with your boy Earl D. Elooo. We've been dropping this music for, I'm gonna say, about 11 months. And here we is with the first vlog, man. And I'm feeling good on it, you know. So we'll be back. Stay tuned. I got some of the best sit down in my back rooms where we at right now. Freestyles up on YouTube. Just type in Elooo, E-L-O-O-O. That's E-L 3 O's. You get at your boy. But I swing come to fuck with your time. I just came to fuck with your mind. Chill. Elooo. Hey. Bismillah, the rock man, the Raheem. I defy the odds, my father still is a fiend. But you will see him around whenever he be clean. But me, him, and my brothers on the yacht, still one of my dreams. 2 open sale charges, guess that's a hell of a dream. Look me in my face and it's not as much as it seems. But take a trip through my mind and you can die for these things. Childhood funerals had me envisioning things. They'll label you a menace, but they'll never call you king. Thanksgiving shots, roll still got a sting. Shout out to 2 Top, perfect timing for road rage. Walking through the crowd for the rose. So many heavy spitters, it could be any day. Fuck how you feeling, got to load up the safe. Graveyard walks, I call this my happy place. Tears rolling down, I call this my happy face. That only be this murder, but he a dope case. I asked him his release, he told me 2048. And now he's stuck in the hall pen with the pigs and the apes. I'm trying to be legendary like the Rosses and the Drakes, but only if he understood real wordplay. Event space to think every day was my birthday. I was born the underdog and I'ma die in first place. I'ma shake the world up, see this the Florida earthquake. Elooo, I'm telling y'all, man, we dropping these 1-2s for you that you gotta stay tuned to catch on, you heard me? Yeah, I say it like here. I swear I ain't come to waste your time, but I did come to fuck up your mind. That's Elooo. Let's go. I got priceless thoughts. I made it off the smoke, off the pipe from pops. I can reflect my pain better than Tyson box. If I point this thing, you catch the polka dots. Another funeral procession, I guess I'm supposed to die. It's a couple meal before I'm supposed to die. The way a nigga live, man, y'all supposed to cry. I'm from a small town, they say I'm the poster guy. I got my Earl piece come off the holster rising. A couple white shooters, Tyler Duncan and Drogic. I'm deep in 4 pills, 1 street from the project. My brother from the 3, so you know that we vibing. And since I was young, I've been known to get violent. So I'm trying to chase this money and change up my vibe. That's when niggas act funny, so I'm changing my requirements. To be around me, you got the movement. That's it. To come and move with me. E3 vision at the clipboard with me. My brother keep grinding with me. Airports with some all sorts of dentures. I needed all was a little interest. My cousin been on the yard since we was all little children. And he ain't shoot nobody, he's got caught with the pistol. Judge did away with him, get a quarter of a century. In there with him. And every time I write him, I triple the love on the ending. And they wonder why I ain't friendly. I said they wonder why I ain't friendly. Running through this pain like Derrick Henry. New blueprint, can you hear me? This music give me different feelings. I'm trying to touch a million. Yeah. That's how that one went, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's been a pleasure, man, that y'all came through to rock with your boy today. Hey, like I said, y'all make sure that y'all hit the IG channel. That's King Demery, KINGDEMERY 1988. And y'all can come live with your boy on the 83 Vision check-in, man. We out here for everybody that's dealing with anything, bro. If you just need to talk and you don't want to admit that you're going through nothing, bro, hit me up. Let's talk. You know what I mean? But everybody got something they want to, you know, chat about. We ain't got to add no dirty laundry or none of that type of stuff there, but we can just chat. You know what I'm saying? Kick it. You know, iron sharp as iron. You know what I mean? Get at your boy, though. It's been a major pleasure on my first vlog. Y'all stay tuned. We got plenty more to go. Elooo.